coach Nate Prosper Ogun was a manager of Kotoko then. This year, after 30 games, Kotoko has 44 points. It means that you have 4 games to go, and that will give you cumulatively the highest points it can give you is 12 points. That's if Kotoko wins all of those games. Kotoko are possibly going to get the highest, 56 points this season. Now, you see, the chief executive officer of Kumasi Asante Kotoko alluded to one of the downsides of Coach Nate Prosper Ogum's reign at Kotoko, which is a lot of chances being created for him. First of all, that is not the first metric to judge any coach.
Oh, really?
Yes. The first metric is not chances created against you. Even in chances created against you, there are metrics. That is why now there's a new metric being the XG.
Okay.
It's the quality of the chance that's created against you and how good it was. Did they result in goals?
Okay.
Because if clearly they did, he wouldn't have won the league with 67 points. Even if this season is even better than that, Kotoko's highest point that he can accrue this season will be 56, which is not good enough.
Wow.
So essentially, I agree with everybody that says that, you know what, I think that whole thing was just a leeway to just see that, you know, Zebo was just not good enough. At the end of the day, Zebo's results are there to show.
But he said they were comfortable, they were satisfied with his performance.
Well, he can be comfortable as a CEO, no problem, and nobody will fault him. But then, if I'm supposed to do my job and analyze what Kotoko had, what Kotoko didn't get, I am not going to be comfortable. I don't think that the average Kotoko fan is comfortable with the job that Seydou Zebo did here. We can have a survey. They will tell you, Seydou Zebo did not perform well as Kotoko manager. I mean, apart from even the rhetoric that I can give, the rhetoric that anybody else can give, and if you can see that, yes, these are just people speaking. What about the numbers? The data and science that we say we want to subject our football to going forward. The numbers are there to show. Kotoko's away form was good under coach Nate Prosper Ogum. Kotoko has 67 points to win the league last season after an 8-year trial, 8-year absence, 8-year drought at Kumasi Asante Kotoko. So these are some of the things. Kotoko had gone a long haul without winning the trophy. He came in, he did the job. He went to win games away at Doma and Mediama and what have you. This is the job that Nate Prosper Ogum had. So if you go ahead to blame a player without looking at technical direction, I think that is problematic in itself. Because there are a lot of people that say the players are not playing well, the players are not giving enough. Granted.
Yeah.
But what about the technical direction? There are people that say the players are not doing well, but then there are same people that see that the elsewhere coach, who was not good enough, would have been there because they were okay with what he was giving them. But it was under the same coach that the team was not performing. So I have huge issues. I find a disconnect between the two.
Okay.
You have to connect it, and there is no connection in here. There are real issues that they need to speak about, and I think that going forward, people just have to look at situations specifically in the context of what we are speaking about. And I like what Ayala said earlier. They are part of the Zebo termination that you give credit to them for. Elsewhere, Kotoko's issues would have been that, Zebo will now take them on and they'll get money from Kotoko. That didn't happen again. Thumbs up. The jobs that have been done at Kotoko training ground and what have you.
Thumbs up for what? Citing the attack as the reason for firing the coach.
Thumbs up for he going and making sure that it was done mutually and Kotoko was not financially burdened for that. So yes, that was your decision. You save Kotoko some money for making sure that it was done mutually. Thumbs up for the job that has been done at Adeko Dachi. But again, Steve, this is the defending champions of the Ghana Premier League. Kotoko had a chance. You see, I speak about Coach Nate Prosper Ogum passionately because he is one of the best coaches that has graced the local scene in a long while.
Yeah.
Jesse is here. Okansi Mingle, Prosper Nate Ogum,
Kobe Mensah,
Bismarck Kobe Mensah.
Yeah.
My old boss, Nurudu Namadu.
Yeah.
These are top managers
in the context of the local league.
Yes.
In the last maybe 10 years.
Yes. See, I sat here whilst Ayala was speaking, I asked myself, why are these two teams not going after Okansi Mingle? Because they will not let him go. Agama will not let Okansi Mingle go. If any other team had Prosper Nate Ogum and had the financial muscle to keep him, they will not let him go.
Obviously, Ogum did not leave because of financial issues.
So the results were there. Up till now, I have not seen Prosper Nate Ogum's resignation letter. I don't know how he left Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
Maybe mutual termination of contract.
But what is true is that what is factual is that he left Kotoko in a way that was not the best way.
Obviously, there were issues. I mean,
he left Kotoko when I feel that wasn't the right time to leave Kotoko. I think that they had a chance to build a Chan-like team like he alluded to, he mentioned when he was being inaugurated, they had a chance to build a team that could conquer and play very well in Africa. So these are some of my issues. And Steve, finally to Osman Ibrahim.
Yes, what's the issue with Osman Ibrahim?
See, I just want to say this. If a young man who has chosen a profession to be a football player Osman has 2 months on his contract left.
With Kotoko?
Yes.
So the contract expires in
August 7th or 6th specifically. 2 months. He got injured last year with King Faisal. King Faisal were playing against Accra Lions or so at the Sugar Kopeka Park. He got injured. According to him, he was treated temporarily. He played parts of the games again. Joined preseason with Kotoko, trained for 2 days, and felt that the pain was unbearable. Whilst he felt the pain was unbearable, complained to team doctors, he was sent back to Kumasi to take some scans. Again, according to the player, he said that it's an ACL, something that me myself alone I can't independently substantiate. And with time we'll look at it. But the player's scans are there. He has been asked to see doctor after doctor, seeing those doctors, but then it is just left for the surgery to go on, and as it stands now, that hasn't been done. So I just don't want anybody to spin this situation. It's a simple case of a player who has issues with the team and is being neglected. He has just 2 months left. Trust me, if nothing is done about this boy's career, once the contract has elapsed, there is nothing again that can be done. He can't take anybody on. He doesn't have, Kotoko will not have any legal basics
obligation
to go ahead and pay for any surgery because he's not their player. So things have to be done now. And this is not as if somebody doesn't somebody has issues with anyone. It's a clear case.
So you know the player we are talking about, Osman Ibrahim. Yeah. He scored Kotoko's. In fact, the only goal that he scored for Kotoko and Damasokno during 2020 won Kotoko's first win in the 2020-21 Ghana Premier League. Oh. So I remember that game against Legon Cities FC. Masokno was coaching Kotoko then. Yeah. He scored the only goal in Accra. That made sure Kotoko had gotten their first win of the campaign.
Osman is a blistering striker.
And he came to King Faisal. Yeah. I think he was delivering, but the guy has been battling injuries. Yeah. I think he's injury prone. Yeah. And so he has not been lucky in terms of injuries and all that. But this is a footballer we are talking about. We don't joke with player welfare. We don't joke with injuries when it comes to players. Not at all.
Granted.
Because look, I used to be a stand fan of Michael Essien, and I know how injuries bedeviled Michael Essien's career. So you don't have to joke with players injuries.
So Steve, granted the injuries and ACL, that's career threatening in itself. That injury alone is career threatening. If Osman gets surgery today, he has a year at the very least to recover and to see if he can play active football again. Come on, man. These are some of the things that you don't do to people.
So the issue is that he has not been paid or what? The salary or what?
No, it's not even about
salary. So he has been neglected in terms of the treatment.
He wants to be treated. The club needs to give him that. And I hear people say that, why is King Faisal not treating him? Why didn't King Faisal treat him?
But he's not playing for King Faisal now.
He's contracted to Kotoko.
And the loan is over. So he's back at the parents' club.
Yes, for almost a year. So the whole King Faisal conversation is past. You see, again, the reason why really we can't speak to what happened at King Faisal is I don't have access to what contract was signed between King Faisal and Kotoko when he was leaving. Was King Faisal supposed to be obliged to the medical bills of the team? Have Kotoko asked? Because even as at now, if you say that King Faisal is supposed to do that, then Kotoko would have to put King Faisal to it. Have they communicated that to the player? Have they communicated that to the player's agents? Those things have not been done. And these are the things that we speak to. Whatever role Kotoko has to play in making sure that this boy gets back to his playing this, it has to be done.
That's a passionate appeal.
Yes, very, very passionate. Because Steve, yes, to everybody that matters, to the powers that be. Because Steve, this is a boy who is a breadwinner of his family. We talk about players every time. There are some things that we can't sit here and speak about. But I work close with Osman Ibrahim. If for nothing, Osman Ibrahim's Apple account is Apple ID. I was the one who set it up for him. So this is somebody that I personally know. I know all of these players at King Faisal. If this boy is a breadwinner of his family, and excuse me for just using boy, if he is the breadwinner of his family, and then he has to make sure that he helps his family. And as it stands now, his career has almost been truncated with 2 months to go. It's unfair.
Okay, thank you very much, Fifi Manfred. Time on us soon. Ima, quick one. Any news from Beijing United? Oh, Charlie, we could have enough time with you.
No problem.
Yeah,
no problem. I think
we'll invite you some other time. Yeah, don't worry.
Sure. Our eyes are set on the ultimate. It's 4 matches to go. 12 points out of 12. We are working towards.
You mean the league?
The league, yes.
Adriana is there.
Oh, I beg. We have the only president using the Cadillac limousine in Ghana. So
but that one doesn't play football.
Oh, I just want to back it or buttress the point that even if we are able to win a trophy, we can represent Ghana at the CAF Confederation Cup level. So that shouldn't be a problem. People have been complaining that we don't have the financial muscles here and that, but with our game, everything is possible. Our boys are well motivated, intrinsically and extrinsically, and we are going to take every match one after the other. Next week, we are playing against League One cities at the Nana Fosu Park. And then we pick it up from that match towards the final game at Nana Ajmamedu Park in Doma. You know, we have a game against Adriana Stars. And that match, to me, is going to be the decider. Though we are third on league law, but that match is really going to be the decider. And when it gets there, it's a derby game and you know how to manage it. So it's not going to be an easy match at all, but we are prepared for everything.
Thank you very much, Emmanuel Jesse, the Public Relations Officer of Beche United. Andy, let's pick 3 calls before we cross over to Joy 99.7 FM for the live coverage of the NDC parliamentary and presidential election. Hey, interesting stuff ahead with Evans Mensah and the rest of the team. Andy, 0322083596, 0322083597, 0322083598. You are picking just 3 calls and cross over to Joy 99.7 FM for